What if you could win at anything you tried?
What's next?
The Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk's toughest game meets its match as I share my perfect knockout technique. Yeah, that's it. Everything is bigger in Texas, including the way we break down the classic board game Connect 4 to win. Then I head to the Sunshine State to show you how to lap the competition and rain on the track.
9 got the lead.
And it's off to the city of brotherly love for a can't-miss card trick that'll mess with your pal's mind.
Insane.
My name is Sal Piacente, and I know every con in the book. People hire me to show them how to spot a hustle. From coast to coast, I'll break down and reveal how to win at games, contests, and tricks. From the boardwalk to the carnival, I've got all the angles. Game on, America. We begin on the coast of California. The Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk is 24 acres of fun, and for over a century, it's attracted people to pony up and play their classic midway games. Today, they have 27 games and give away thousands of prizes every week. But not all games are created equal. To win at games like milk bottle pitch or basket toss, all you need is one good throw.
Awesome, that's really good.
Then there's this beast, clown toss. This game is impossible to win with one toss. You need at least 3 perfect throws to knock down all 6 teeth, making clown toss the toughest game on this boardwalk. Let me break it down for you. For $3, you get 4 balls. You have to knock out 6 teeth.
Good luck.
Do that, and you win big.
Okay, you gotta get all 6.
But everybody here is walking away empty-handed. Because like this guy, they're just throwing, not thinking. It's a game that takes observation and strategy.
Try one more time.
Yeah, one more time.
Before you do that, I notice you have a rocket for an arm, and you're still not knocking all the teeth down. I think I can help. First things first, you've got to pick the best target, and there are 4 to choose from. Right off the bat, you want to eliminate the 2 on the sides. Why? Picking a clown at the end will box you against the wall, so the clown you want to aim at is one of the 2 in the middle. What you want to do is come over here. Notice when you're going for the center target, you can see everything. And out of these 2 targets, you want to choose the one with the straightest teeth, because the straighter the teeth, the easier they are to hit. And you want a clear shot at all these teeth. So that leaves you aiming for the only lady in the bunch. Let's see how you do. All right. Good throw. You knock 2 down. The only problem is the wrong 2. The ability to knock down 2 teeth with 1 ball is a necessity, and it's really just a matter of size. The ball's diameter is about 3.8 inches, and you're aiming for a tooth that's only 2.5 inches across. So chances are high you can nab 2 per throw. But you gotta make sure that doesn't work against you. If you knock down 2 middle teeth on your first throw like this, you'll be stuck with a big problem. Think of it like bowling. When you bowl, you go right down the middle. What do you get? The dreaded 7-10 split, and nobody wants that. Even worse, you could be left with 1 straggler on the end, and that's the most difficult shot to make. So what you need to do is give yourself an angle. It's what I call cross-targeting. From the center, look how hard it is to see the teeth in the corners. Now, come over here. Look how clear you can see that corner. It's simple but effective. Stepping to the side gives you a clear view of the opposite edge. And if you can see it, you can hit it. Okay, let's see how you do. Yeah, you did it. Now that you know how to hit the teeth, you've got to master the order. There's one way to attack this game that's better than all the rest. With your first 2 throws, go right for the sides. Aim for tooth 2. Chances are the ball will knock down tooth 1 with it. Same goes for the other side. Aiming for tooth 5 will likely get you tooth 6 as well. And if you aim at the sides and miss, you'll probably take out some teeth in the middle anyway. You've got 2 balls left. One to drive straight down the middle, knocking out teeth 3 and 4, and one to clean up any stragglers. Well, you know the right clown, you have the right strategy. Let's see how you do. Remember, I said this is the hardest game on this boardwalk. You're not going to win every time. But if you could pick the right clown play in the right order, and throw with a fair amount of accuracy, it'll be game on, and you too can take down the prize. Yeah,
Good job.
that's it.
Perfect.
That's it. You did it. 16, 4 balls, 1 prize. Let's leave the shores of California behind and make the 1,700-mile trek to Austin, Texas. 6th Street in Austin is famous for its music and bar scene, but I've come here to play at the Recess Arcade Bar, a place where you can get your drink on and your game on. They've got tons of board games here, including this classic that's back and bigger than ever. This game has been reimagined Texas style. This is Connect 4. 2 players take turns dropping colored discs into a grid. The first one to get 4 in a row in any direction wins.
I miss these easy ones.
No matter how big your board is, the numbers are the same, and this is a game of numbers. The board has 42 spaces. It's 7 columns wide and 6 rows high. I'll do the math for you. There are almost 2 trillion different ways to score 4 in a row on this board. You think this is tic-tac-toe on steroids? Wrong. You need some serious strategy to win at this game.
Who's next? Yeah?
I'll play.
Sure. Who's going first? Okay.
Like the old children's game. Which one? 50-50. Going first is the biggest advantage you can get, and that leads to my first pointer. You must control the center. The best play to start is right down the middle column, because you need to do everything you can to occupy as much of the center column as possible.
That was a close one.
Okay? If you take the center column out of the equation, it's impossible to get 4 in a row, across or diagonal. So the more discs you have up the center, the harder it will be for your opponent to win. And that's it. So what happens when your opponent goes first and takes that center column? The key is to drop your pieces so that they surround your opponent. That way, no matter which direction they try to build, you'll disrupt their plan at every turn. Gotta block that one. I'm not gonna let you get that. So now the center column is occupied, and you've surrounded your opponent. Now comes a defensive strategy that will keep your opponent from connecting 4 and allow you to set up my secret weapon. It's game on in Austin, Texas. I'm on the famed 6th Street at the Recess Arcade Bar. This place has all sorts of games, and right now I'm breaking down Connect 4. We've already talked about controlling the center column if you go first, and how to surround your opponent when they go first and take that middle column. Gotta block that one. And the next winning move, you have to play my 2-6 defense. If the center is the most important column on the board, the next 2 most important are the 2nd and 6th columns. Why? Take a look. By taking up the spaces in the 2nd and 6th columns, you'll prevent your opponent from building across or diagonally off the pieces in the center. And you'll be spreading your pieces around the board, creating more opportunities for yourself. Which brings me to my ultimate tip. When you play this game, you have to think lucky 7. And Olivia, that is the number 7. And I am going to beat you.
Oh, yeah?
Take a look at this board. See how the red discs form the shape of the number 7? With your disc set up this way, you have 3 positions you can play to win. And look for different ways to build it, because the 7 works in any direction. I could win by completing either end, or I can win diagonal.
So I'm trapped.
So let's play it out.
So I can lose?
Yeah. Your opponent can play all the slick defense they want, but they'll never block all 3 of your winning moves.
Okay, so I'm gonna block you. Okay, well, I'm still gonna block you.
Not anymore. Check it out. See how the 7 led me to the win? Because that's the win. Remember, control the center column, surround your opponent, use my 2-6 defense, and always look to make that lucky 7. The name of the game might be Connect 4, but that lucky 7 will always bring you victory. Next, we'll fulfill our need for speed in Florida. The Sunshine State has the 500, the Grand Prix, and when it comes to auto racing on a smaller scale, they've got that covered too. Buckle up, it's time to take down go-karts. But make no mistake, this isn't a kiddie sport. Here they go. That's your husband out there?
That's my boyfriend in the yellow car.
He looks pretty confident.
He is.
He thinks he's going to win, it looks like.
Yeah, I think he is. My money would be on him.
Really? That's a funny statement. I bet you the 9 car is going to beat your boyfriend.
Okay, we'll see about that.
You sure you don't want to call this bet off?
Oh, no, he's doing pretty good now.
All right. Your boyfriend better enjoy that lead. I don't think he's going to have it much longer. Come on. Number 9. Number 9.
Oh, no!
That's it. We got him. We got him. 9's taking the lead. 9 got the lead. What happened to your boyfriend? What happened to him?
I don't know what happened.
That's okay. Everyone has bad days. All right, I'll level with you. It wasn't just luck that my guy won. He's a pro. J.R. Garcia has been racing go-karts since the age of 4, and many of his former racing students now race professionally. We're going to teach you how to become the Jimmy Johnson of go-karts. And the first pointer we're going to give, which car you pick absolutely matters. So it's really important when you're standing in line to pay attention to the track. What are you looking for?
Well, the first thing I would do is pull out my cell phone and get the stopwatch going and time the cars going around the track.
That's because not all cars are created equal, so pay attention. If you find the fastest car, you have the best chance to win. But picking the right car is just the first step. Once you find the right car, you need to know what to do with it. When you get into that cart, you have to do more than just buckle up and go. If you can, move your seat up as close to the steering wheel as possible. If your seat doesn't move, lean as far forward as possible. Why? In a word, traction. The go-kart's engine is in the back and provides weight over the rear tires, which helps the rear tires grip. But there is no weight over the front tires of a go-kart. So move forward, distribute the weight, and you'll get better traction around the course. The next thing you need to know, keep it smooth. Most people put the pedal to the metal and think that speed is the only way to win at go-karts. But I'm about to show you why that's dead wrong. If you want to win at everything, listen up. I know the angles to win at every game. Right now, it's game on in Florida, and we're on the track breaking down go-karts. We're up to speed on picking the best kart using a stopwatch pre-race. And once you get into the kart, move as close to the front as you can to help with traction. And the next thing you need to know, races aren't won by who accelerates the best, but by who brakes the least.
If you roll off the accelerator, instead of using the brakes, the car slows down, but it stays rolling with a free roll momentum. If you use the brakes, you break the momentum, and then the engine has to try harder to get you going again.
My next bit of advice requires a little high school geometry. IndyCar, go-kart, it doesn't matter. The techniques for cornering are exactly the same. All turns have what's called an apex, the turn's geometric center. You need to hit it in order to turn correctly. Jared, when you're coming around the curve, what's going through your mind? What are you looking for?
I'm looking for a proper entry. You always want to enter the turn on the outside and then go around the apex on the inside. And then on the exit, you want to be back on the outside. That way you keep it nice and smooth, rolling as fast as possible.
When you approach the turn on the outside edge of the track, slow down by coming off the gas right here before you start turning. Let the car's momentum carry you into the apex on the inside edge of the track. And once you drift to the outside, hit the gas and accelerate out of the turn. You'll notice that what you've done is taken the straightest path through the turn, which will allow you to get through the turn as quickly as possible. So remember, plan ahead to find the fastest kart and move your body all the way up for good traction. Keep it smooth and go easy on the brakes. And make like the pros by hitting that apex through the turn. With these go-karting tips and a little practice, you'll take the checkered flag the next time you hit the track. Now let's go back to the biggest state in the lower 48. Burnet, Texas, here we come for the Blue Bonnet Festival. Every year, this little town throws a party for the state flower, the blue bonnet, and people flock by the thousands. And if you're looking for old school classics like the goldfish game, the zipper, or the ring toss, then this is also the place to be. People out here are enjoying all kinds of games, and I'm about to show them an old carnival favorite. Now, this carnival doesn't allow age or weight guessing games, and you'll see why in a minute. but I'm wandering around to see if I can find someone to play along and pull off this Carnival Classic. Can I trouble you for a second? I'm not going to ask you for a dime. I just want to show you something.
Okay.
Now, we've never met before, have we?
No.
Now, you're going to be difficult because you got a baby face. But I'm going to try something here. I'm going to use a pad and pencil so that I can write down this stranger's exact age. Let's see if I'm correct. Come on, pencil, please.
Yeah.
Oh, just for the heck of it, how old are you?
28.
You're 28? Oh, man. If I wrote 28 here, would that be impressive?
That'd be pretty awesome. Hey, there you go.
I can do this all day long. Oh, let's try one more. What month were you born in?
July.
July what?
July 3rd.
Okay. How old are you?
I'm 36.
36, 28, 36, 8-year difference. You know something? Got it. Now let me show you and these guys exactly how it's done. Check it out again. I asked them their age because I know the answer will only be 2 digits, and I can't be writing a lot. And guess what? At this point, I'm not even writing anything down. I'm just making them think I did. Handing them the pencil shows them I'm committed and gives them the confidence to tell me what I'm supposed to guess. How old are you?
I'm 36.
36? And once they spill the beans, they don't know it and you don't know it, but I'm writing. I'm using what's called a boon writer. This tool of the trade is a metal tab that attaches to the fleshy part of your thumb with adhesive. It contains a small piece of lead that, with a little practice, works like a charm. That's how carnies are able to guess your age, weight, or birthday. All you do is hold the index card high on the other 4 fingers so your moving thumb is blocked from view. So once you tell me your age, I would write it down as I'm talking to you. So if you ever see someone at a carnival offering to guess your age, know that they might have a trick up their sleeve or on their thumb. Now let's head east to the sports-crazed town of Philadelphia, where they love their sports bars almost as much as their teams. McFadden's Bar in the Philly Sports Complex is the place on game day, and the place I like to go to try out some games of my own. I'm about to show these two one of my favorites, 2 black cards. And after I show you the secret, you'll be able to pull it off too. I'm going to show you a trick with 2 black cards, okay? 8 and 9. Take one, and just push them into the deck. So just slide them in. Watch how I square the deck up. Now I'm keeping control of them here. And when I pick the deck up, as I go like that, I bring them right back to the top.
Okay. This is insane.
Everyone is always shocked when it works. But the most stunning part of this trick is how easy it is to pull off. It's game on in Philadelphia, and I'm having some fun with a deck of cards. I'm going to show you a trick with 2 black cards, okay? 8 and 9. Just push them into the deck. And when I pick the deck up, I bring them right back to the top.
Okay. This is insane.
Did you catch how I pulled this off? If not, pay attention, because I'm going to do the same trick one more time for them and you. 2 black cards, okay? 8 and 9. Put them into the deck any way you want separately. Now, if you notice, I'm watching where they're going. Now, watch this. I pick the deck up, I put it in my hand, I go like that. What I did was I brought those cards right back to the top.
That is insane.
What?
You must have caught it that time. No? Okay. I'll make it crystal clear. The secret to this trick? I'm not actually finding the 2 cards they put in the deck. They just think I am. See, these are the cards I showed them at the start, and these are the cards I showed them at the end. You see it now, right? Yes, they're both a 9 and an 8, but the suits are different. It's pretty simple to pull off. First, you have to set the deck. I put the 8 of spades and the 9 of clubs on top before starting. The other black 8 and 9 could be anywhere, so it appears that I'm pulling them out at random. And I like to use the black cards instead of the reds because the club and spade look more alike. I'm also careful to never mention the suit of the cards they started with. I just say the 8 and 9 and make sure they put the cards back into the deck quickly. In such a short period of time, the brain isn't able to focus on too many details, so most people just remember the numbers and that both cards are black. So when I reveal the 8 of clubs and 9 of spades, their brain sees a black 8, 9, and they think I nailed it. But every once in a while, someone catches on to this trick.
No. The suits were different.
No, they weren't.
Yes, they were.
This guy, he thinks he got me beat.
Suits. This was a spades, and that was a club.
But if there's one thing I've learned, you always need a plan B.
I've been busy, but I know what I had.
And my plan B is that I can do this trick without setting up the deck beforehand. 8 of club, about 1/3.
Okay.
9 of spades, about 1/3.
Okay.
So what are they? 8 of club.
8 of club.
9 of spades.
9 of spades.
Put the deck into the hand, go like that. 8 of club, 9 of spades. It was the same. I call this the multi-shift. With his 2 cards sticking out a little bit, I create the illusion that I'm shuffling and pushing those cards into the deck. But really, I'm using the bottom card as a cover to pull his cards to the top. 8 of club, 9 of spades. It was the same.
All right. Got me.